Hey, what's going on, guys? Doja's Refuge here, back with another video, and today we're doing the Pistols Weapon Challenge video. So, what's up, guys? And today we're doing the LFP586. So, we're getting straight into that, but first, I'm just gonna let you know, I have a Twitter channel now, and, you guys can go look at that. I used to use Google+, but apparently my friend's like, use Twitter! So, we're gonna do that, and, it's called Doja's Refuge, same as the channel name, Doja's Refuge. So make sure to check that out down below. And let's just get started with the video. Alright guys, so first we have the specific statistics. Okay, so 77 damage and no suppressors, so that's something. Now a little customization here. We only have the laser sight, so that's that. And it has a capacity of 6, and no one added in the chamber, since revolvers, apparently this revolver doesn't have a chamber. So that's a little different, and doesn't make that much of a change, but we'll see. So this is basically the big guns right here. This is the high damage version of the GIGN operator's weapon, or secondary weapon, since it does 77 damage, whopping 77 damage, and no suppression. So that's just gonna keep it where it is and keep its high pedestal there. And the recoil is very large. Now, if it the statistics area where it shows how high the recoil is, now that's pretty literal. That's exactly how it acts like. It kicks up like a donkey, and if you try to constantly spam fire, good luck even finding where your target's even going to be. So, accuracy, nah, check that off. Just go for freaking leg shots, and you're probably gonna blast off his leg and get the kill. Also, I wanted to mention how I actually run the weapon. I run the weapon with just laser sight. Yeah, and that's with all operators. I want to get the most accuracy out of the weapon, even though, yeah, as I said in the previous part, that I don't even need to be accurate. But you do have to actually hit the person, and if you need to quickly hip fire, then the laser sights is the way to go, especially if you're using Monty. So now we want to talk about the operators here. We can use the weapon with all GIGN operators and the recruit GIGN ops. So that's Twitch, it's Montaigne, it's Rook, and Doc. So that's good to know, and we got all those operators to use it with. And it's really great as a backup weapon to use as any of the operators. You shouldn't be intimidated to use it as for Twitch or Doc, thinking, oh, they're not my shield Monty, that's not gonna get me any kills. It's useless as a backup. I only use the LFP with Monty. Well, you shouldn't. Sometimes you should use it with other operators. And it is great as a backup weapon if you need to switch. And if you just need that one final shot that's gonna give you enough damage to kill the person, then that's what you want to go for, right? And so that's why I recommend it to use with any operators. It's a pretty decent weapon to use with any operators, but mostly great to use with Monty. He used to be a hipfire god, and now it's just now that they nerfed it, it's not as great, but Monty is still great to use with the LFP, so that's good to know. The overall gameplay and how I really use this weapon is mostly with Monty, and I think most of the clips that you'll see is with Montagne, but it hits like a truck. So if I'm using Montagne and I'm just gonna hip fire, then even if it's less accurate now after these patches, it's still gonna be pretty beastly if I could still get a few shots off. And so that's pretty great, but you wanna hold back, and when you know the enemy's really close and you can get a good hip fire, then you hip fire, because doing it at longer ranges most likely is wasting your ammo, and if you're exposed and you try to reload, they're gonna totally cap you in the head, and that's no lie. So definitely use that the extendable shield for Monty to back out of that weapon. But when you're using other operators, you want to pull out the weapon, get a shot off, draw back, then reload your normal weapon. You don't want to keep going for that kill with the weapon, because they're most likely going to be more accurate and headshot you when you try to peek back, when you only have a less accurate weapon. And for longer to medium ranges, that goes well too, because the drop off, yes, it's also a high damage. It has a certain drop off range. And so, yeah. Because I just want to address again, it kicks like a donkey, so be careful with that. Just like if you're trying to use as backup, do not like just go back and keep peeking for that kill. You're not gonna get accurate with it, and if you can't draw back every time and get the kill, you're most likely not gonna be accurate enough to even body shot. So just draw back and reload, then get back into the fight. Now I have my overall rating of this weapon, a 6 out of 10. Jeez, I had to redo this because my baby brother was freaking crying in the background. So retarded. Do I ever get a break? Ah, forget it. But, yeah, this is my overall rating of the weapon. It is the same as the P9, and, this is pretty reasonable, I'd suggest, for various reasons. Because the P9 seems a bit more versatile, being able to use more attachments, the laser, the muzzle brake, and the suppressor combined. And, the muzzle brake isn't necessarily needed. It's so versatile with low recoil and still a decent amount of damage. And with a high capacity, you can get kills with it, but it's just not going to get you the lightning fast melt that the LFP might get you. And you can kill people so much quicker with the LFP. That's like the point of the LFP. It's just to kill the person first and get that high amount of damage to their body so they can just get wrecked. And basically, it can be like high noon with Monty. You can basically be the freaking sheriff of your town. And basically, it's pretty powerful, and it's can't be lowered in power because of it doesn't have suppressor. The only attachment it really has is the laser, so that's something. And I know a lot of people would prefer the suppressor, and I know that'd make it more versatile, and I probably have to put it up to a 6.5 or a 7 at that point, because it's becoming more versatile through that. And then if they added that, then they may as well have added the muzzle brakes, then that would have been game over. It would have been like an 8 out of 10, because of the reduced amount of recoil. But that's my overall rating. Now if you liked the video, make sure to hit the subscribe button and see more of these commentaries. I'm trying to make myself sound more interesting, although I do have a cough right now, and I try to cut out when I cough because it sounds terrible. But make sure to leave a like on the video if you like this video. I try to make my videos better than people thought they previously were. And I get a lot of comments that say great job, good job on the video, and I really do appreciate that, guys. It keeps me going, makes me these videos, and they may not get as many views. When people say good job and they just keep coming on my videos and say good job, I appreciate it so very much. It just takes time out of their day to, just say hi and then give a good job and good effort on a video. And I really do appreciate it, so thank you. Once again, check out my Twitter, Doja's Refuge, and also check out my my YouTube, Doja's Refuge, and my Twitch, Dojas Are Neat. And that's all for today, guys. I'll see you in the next video, and bye.